What up, y'all? It's Trail, um, KC, whatever you know me as. I'm coming at y'all to holler at y'all about self-reflection, man. You have to have it, and then always playing the victim. You have to not do that. You know what I mean? You have to be able to move on. You understand? Like, especially in relationships. Now, I'm not no relationship guru or nothing like that, but what I do understand is if you're with someone for a long time, right, and you're with someone and you feel some type of way, you can't always let that person play the victim. You know what I mean? You can't always let that person do the things that that person does. I don't know what I'm trying to say, right? I'm trying to put my thoughts together in the best way I can, and I will get better at this. But right now, I just want to talk about self-reflection. So if you make a mistake, right, you need to be able to acknowledge that you made that mistake. And that doesn't always mean telling somebody sorry or apologizing for what you did, but it does mean acknowledging it yourself. So a lot of times people will just take something that they may have done and just move on from it. Or saying this, the reason I did this is because you did this. That is the worst thing ever. Don't be that person. Don't say the reason that you did what you did is because somebody did what they did. Because two wrongs don't make a right. We all grew up hearing that, right? Right? In a relationship, you need to be able to look at your partner and apologize for what you've done. If your partner can count on their hand after X amount of times, or can count on their toes, you know what I'm saying? Or or they can count in their head how many times you've apologized to them, then you have the problem. If someone's having a conversation with you, not to you, with you, and they're talking about stuff that they're feeling, and you make it about you, me, I'm the problem, or you do this thing where it's like, you'll say, what's that? There's a word for this, and I can't think of it. That thing that people do when it's like, you say, you know what? I think you made a mistake here. And then they go, oh yeah, well, I'm the problem. Everything's my fault. La, 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 la. They do that kind of thing right there. That's wrong. That's wrong because they're making it about them. And it's a way that people deflect. You know what I mean? Because, I hate that. It's a way people deflect from the conversation because they don't know how to actually deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the best person. I'm not the best with relationships. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm going through a divorce right now. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I can look at myself in the mirror and say I made these mistakes. And if I'm talking to someone, or I feel comfortable about talking to somebody about life in general, about, look, this is this and this is that. About, hey, I feel like this. I'm calling you because I'm telling you that I feel like this. This is how I feel about the situation. This is what I want to be. This is what I'm trying to do to be better, a better person. Don't make it about you. Don't make it about you. You know what I mean? If someone's talking to you about their life and about what they're going through, you know what I mean? Don't make the situation about you. And don't be that person. Learn how to solve problems. You understand what I'm saying? Learn how to solve them. Don't be that person that just, when someone's saying, hey, you did this and I did that, how do we go forward and move forward? Don't be that person that says, well, you did this in 1982, or you did this 5 years ago, or 30 minutes ago, you did this. Just to start an argument because you don't know how to solve the problem. Tell that person, hey, babe, hey, best friend, hey, look, I don't know how to solve problems. So teach me how to solve the problem so I can learn how to move forward. That's having self-reflection. It's a huge part of the growth of being a human being. Because if you don't have self-reflection, or you don't know how to apologize for things are always going to be bad for you. I'm learning these skills as I go along. You know what I mean? But what I've realized is moving, being with someone who doesn't have self-reflection is not a good thing. Being with someone who can't acknowledge their faults without arguing with you and saying, "Oh, fuck it, it's all my fault. It's my fault." Excuse my language. Excuse my language. I don't know how to edit yet, but I will learn. You know what I'm saying? But being with someone who just, "Oh, it's your fault. It's my, everything is my fault. Everything is my fault. Oh, you're blaming me for stuff." When that person is just talking to you about their life and about what they do in general, is wrong. That's wrong. You don't need to be with someone like that. You know what I mean? And it's incumbent on you, or it's for you to recognize these things in people before you get into a relationship with that person. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm learning. Life is a learning experience. You got it? So everything that you go through in life, you learn from it. But not everybody has that ability. Let's be real. People are not. Everyone doesn't have the ability to learn from their mistakes. What they do is they make more mistakes. That's crazy, right? But that's what's happening. People make more mistakes. People go through life and they don't understand. I'm not trying to make this video long, and I tend to ramble. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just going through things in life, and I'm realizing where I made my mistakes, and I try to talk to certain people about the mistakes that I've made and how I'm growing in those. But these certain people will make it about them. Excuse me, I just burped on camera. These certain people will make it about them. Those are people you need to cut out of your life. And that's just real. Because those people will always find a way to bring you down. You know what I mean? They'll find a way to bring you down. If you're talking about something positive, they have no idea how to talk about anything positive. So here's another thing. I think I mentioned this in the beginning. Negativity. So there are these really, really negative people in this world. Very negative. I know a few. In fact, I've had conversations with a few. And I try to look at things from their perspective because I learned how to do that skill, how to look at things from their perspective and see how they may have saw things, a certain way. I look at their life and I see the things that they went through in life, and I try to find where they may have gained this ability to just only see negative stuff, which is so sad. If there's so much positivity in your life, but you can't see it, but you claim that you can see it, but you can't actually see it. Because if you could have, your life would be very different. It's called karma, right? It's called the law of attraction, which I tell everybody, study the law of attraction. The law of attraction is the reason I know that how I'm going to measure my successes in life. How I know that in a year from now I'm going to be here. In 3, 5, 10 years I'm going to be here in this place. The law of attraction. I'm willing it to myself, but I'm also putting in the work.